What's good, champs? Hope you guys doing well. Hope you guys doing well. Hope you guys doing sweet. Hope you guys can see visually. And 1 second, I think I've got a freaking. Give me a second, lads. Where the fuck is that coming from? Something is coming through. You know what? I'm just gonna mute this. Fuck it. There we go. I wouldn't hear myself now. Desktop audio is all fine. Can you guys hear me well? There's no issues. Elaine, nice to see you again. I'm doing well. Not too bad. Same old Sunday here. Weather's decent. It was raining today. Kind of crap. I'm flying to Turkey tomorrow. So gonna actually still doing the stream as I go along. So I'll have to figure that out. But good. Let's get cracking then, and let's start. Walaikum salam. Nice to see you, man. Thanks, man. Like I was saying to Elaine, I'm going to Turkey, and yeah, for a wedding. So that's kind of mad in Istanbul. So if you guys, if any one of you guys are actually from Turkey itself, give me a shout, man. And I'm down to meet you guys. It'd be good to see you guys too as well, like face to face and whatnot. So let's get cracking. Alright. What's going on, champs? Hope you guys are doing well. So welcome to the first episode of Dainks Corner, episode number numéro 1. So the first episode, I was doing the stream with on the In It for Tech podcast, but now, as you're aware, I'm doing my own show, and really excited about this as well. So the plan is quite simple. So Monday to Friday, so there's 2 sets of streams going on. So you got the Dainks Daily, what's it called? Dainks Daily Trades. That's on one section. That's the daily. It says a lot there, and what it is really is Monday to Friday. It's going to be in the morning itself. I know there's a lot of fans I've got in in Europe, Asia, and also in the American side as well. So the timing might be a bit messed up for you. However, be good for you guys. Really, it's my journal in a way of how I'm looking at trades, and I'm recording this for my own good, for my own benefit as well. And so there'll be that. And if you guys can just stream, check it out and whatnot, you guys can learn something from it as well. Like, because there's going to be a lot of day trades and scalps really. And if you guys remember me or follow me back on Twitter, at TraderDank, on back in 2020, 2021 as well, I was scalping the crap out of everything as well, left, right, and center. So it's going to be a bit of fun. It's going to be, fun for me. There's going to be a lot of losses, there's going to be a lot of gains. You know how it is. But you guys can learn from it as well. None of this is financial advice. You know the drill. So let's get cracking on this as well. So you got, that's Dainks Daily Trade. There'll be Dainks Corner, which is this episode here, every week on a Sunday, around 6 o'clock 6 p.m. in the UK time, BST. There will be like a weekly outlook. That's really it. It's going to be a weekly outlook. We'll talk about what's going on. We'll talk about last week and what happened this week and what's going on for the plan for next week. Bullish, bearish scenarios, the lot. So let's get cracking then, guys. All right. So here we go. So Bitcoin. What's Bitcoin saying? It's sitting at 29k. Not looking too good. Hasn't really moved much from last week really as well, because if you guys recall the trades, the plans I had from last week itself, I was looking for target for the 28.1k, providing we broke. We'll go into it in a bit, but providing we broke support. You can actually check out the episode. It's on the you can check out the episode. You see, and the plan hit. It is what it is. So we'll see what happens. Are we bullish or bearish, right? So if you look at this, right, to me it's just a range bound chart. Okay. I'm going to say this week in and week out until proven otherwise, right? Range bound charts are really simple. Basically, you got a low and you got a high, okay? And then from the low and the high, all you're doing is moving up and down, up and down, up and down. So literally like what this is, up and down, and then the question is, do we go up, right? That's a range bound environment. Range bounds, for people who aren't aware, are when you got price, it's just capped on both sides of the market, up and down. That's it. There's no such thing as a breakout, because there really isn't. If you look at it here, there's no breakout over here at the 61k marker. There's no breakout when we're at the 69k. It looked like it. We were always bullish at the time. I know I was, and the rest of CT really was actually. There was a few who actually started shorting around 64k. I'm not gonna lie to you. I did remember seeing that. I'm like, but it is what it is. They were right. So when you're around the market, you make your profits. It is what it is. So, and this one as it is right now, we're capping the market at the low here. The low will be January 2021's low, which is basically last year's low. Okay, that's just low until we break it. To me, right? Until we break this, When I find resistance, then we'll go to target 1 over there. Alright, so this will be a separate trade. Could it happen? Could it happen for this week? You know, a week coming? It could. Why not? But the moment, for example, because I know a lot of people are saying 20k, 19k. I've seen some saying like 9k, which is, you know, each their own. I gotta know, I'm not gonna shit on them, because in the day, what if you're freaking right? You gotta remember that if you're right, you're right in it. But you gotta, like, the way I always look at things is like trading. You work it level to level, okay? Never expect, because the reason why I'm saying work it level to level, let's just say, for example, you guys were bullish for 100k. The majority of crypto was saying 100k, you know, 200k. There's some of them, I believe someone said 1 million or something like that. I think Pomplioni, whatever his name is. He said 1 million or something. Someone said 1 million. Anyway, so, but you've got to look at it this way. Are we at 1 million? Are we at 100k? Let's just look at the 100k marker. We're nowhere near. We're like 3x away. More than 3x away, to be honest, as well. So it's a level to level game. That's what it is. From one low to the mid to high, and back and forth until we break out. Once we break out, it is what it is. But let's just say that it does break out for the next week, okay? And you know, it shows resistance at the 28.1k marker, right? What do? The moment you got that low here, for example, confirmation will be this low here, right? We break below it and find resistance, off we go, okay? Just like the plan I just drew, same thing. Then you'll be targeting this area of consolidation here, which it comes out around 24.2k. This, what's going to happen, that'll be my target 1 there, and I'll be setting targets there, okay? If we, for example, the trade does happen, I'm just saying, like on Monday or Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever day it is, the trade does happen, and I see this price action happen, but then instead it holds above it, shows bullish market structure, finds support off the high, then I look to cut the trade. I take my profit and walk away. That's all it is. Simple as that. If, for example, we break below it, and you know, a lot of people are saying 20k, 20k. You know what? Let me just move this here. Focus this on the area so everyone can see what's going on. Because if you're on the phone, I'm sorry about that. Because if you're on a phone, it's going to be a bit of a trouble. So let's just say, for example, let me just remove this shit. So he does something. You know what? It's gonna bug me. There we go. That's better. So like I said, area consolidation. So that'll be target 1. We're working target 2 there. Okay, that's what it is. Simple as that. If you find support, we look, and you know, above the box, we look to cut it. That's what it is. Okay, everyone understands that. If, for example, we do something like this, we actually shank through. We shank through. It's a mad nuke. But when we find resistance, the confirmation will be something like that. That'll be level to level. Be target. That's your trigger. You could take a trade here with stop loss above 24.1k just to give the leeway. The moment you get this confirmation over here, then what you're doing is you can actually bring your stops from there to here, okay? And that's compounding. Will eventually, what I'll do, I did say this on the first episode, I believe, that the plan is, as I go along, is like to build an education content as well on the side as well. That'll be in the future going on. So a lot of work. I am planning it just between you guys. So it's basically a pay group for free on YouTube. That's what it is. And I don't think the YouTube guys are going to understand this, but the Twitter guys, you know, that are on there, you all know how pay groups are, how they run and whatnot. But I'm literally just doing this for free, nothing else. I'm not asking for a single penny. I will never ask you for money. So if anyone ever messages you on Twitter or on YouTube, I believe, I don't know, but saying they traded Dainks, asking you for money, don't fall for it, guys, please, because I've never asked for anyone for money. Everything I do is for my own, you know, it's my own time, really. That's what it is. But get back on the stream. Before I do so, please hit the likes, you know, thumbs up, you know, leave your comments as well. You know, I really appreciate that as well. It supports the channel, and hopefully we, you know, we can keep doing this, man, for as long as I'm breathing, really. Yeah. So that should be target 1 there, and that's it. That's the trade for the bearish market. Okay. If we break down going any further, simple as that. If price gets up from 24.1k and gets up, it goes to 28, because remember, you cut the trade and you start looking for, it's potentially you can actually play a trade back up into the range. Target 1 will be over here, like whatever the low was, for example, where the where the trigger was about there around this area, going for target 2 there. Now, eventually, what will happen is we're going to step back in to this range and play back up. That's what it is. that's the play for that. Reason why I'm pointing that out, because at any moment it could happen, but I'm a little bit, you know, could be bullish, but I'll explain to you like my mind behind it as well. But if this happens, for example, it's there, all this is just a deviation. That's a deviation of this range. Okay, that's the bearish scenario on a wider outlook. Nothing else, you know, nothing too complicated to understand that. Now we'll start looking at what we're looking at for the bullish scenarios. Okay, got the bear out of the way. You know, no one likes a bear. I don't like bears myself, but if you gotta play, you gotta play. You know, saying that, if you go on to like the Dainks daily trade that I do daily, I've done some scalp trades and day trades, and they've freaking gone well, to be honest. I'm literally on a trade for Ethereum right now. Shout out to Crypto ISO. He actually pointed that on Twitter. I had a look at it. I'm like, yo, this is where I wanted to go in the first place. So I took the trade. I'll explain it in a bit. We'll touch it in a moment. So yeah. Now, bullish scenarios wise, why am I thinking that this could be bullish, right? Or, you know, we could start showing potential for bullishness. What levels should we be paying attention for bullishness? That's the really key thing, okay? So two things, okay? Let's go for number one. Let's go break this down. We could dive it in right in depth, right? And start looking at where is price cap. Like I said to you, price is in a range, okay? It's just in a range and nothing else until proven otherwise. Here, right, as you can see, it's a range. Can you understand that? Because price is moving in a tight bounded area. It's not fluctuating even more. If it's fluctuating like crazy, if it was to do something like this, right? Even that's a range. You start looking for what range low is, where price is capped, and you say, yeah, that's a range. You get a deviation, whatever. It's always in a range. Pretty simple. That's pretty much a big alpha there. But you start looking for this little area. You're like, hang on a second. Where can the range be? So, I mean, people would change things. They'll probably say this high to this low. They could say it's, you know, this low to this high. This high. It could be anything. And even here, that's a mid-range, just holding support, deviation there. And according to some people, if they were to choose this, we're below the mid-range. So they're looking for this 29.6k level area to hold support. Then we can say, yeah, we can take out liquidity from here, liquidity there, okay, whatever, blah blah blah. Let's tighten it up, make it nice and neat, and let's have a look at what's going on, where we are right now for the weekly close, because the weekly close is going to be really important. Okay, reason why, if you look on the weekly, it looks fucking shit. It looks damn crap. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, damn. Did we get double digits? Jay, it was good to see you, man. Really appreciate actually having you on the show as well, man. Yeah, we'll see how NFP how that reacts as well. I know that's a whole nother story anyway. But let's get cracking. So yeah, 9 weeks of down movements, not looking good there at the moment. Yeah, you start to wonder, like, are we ever gonna see any bullish, like a green candle, like, or in my case, a white candle. Like the black candles doesn't look nice; it just looks really dirty. But all we've done so far is jump from the mid range to range low. That's it. But in terms of what you call it, the range we're playing in, let's have a look. So we are literally looking for a range, and to me, this range stands out, okay? This one to this one, right there. And that comes in at 29.0704. Let's have a look. Right then. 07. Oh, Jesus Christ, what is it? 29.087. Okay. You can see this candle. This candle itself is literally, sorry, last week's Monday's range. The high and the low price has been capped. Mid range held a support. You can see it from right there. I mean, this is quite key as itself. Yeah, this is quite key itself, and it just found resistance, shut down to range low, went straight to the macro range low, which is at 28.1k. Bounce up. The question is, this is a resistance, a deviation, just like that. Okay, we'll find out soon. We'll see how the weekly close comes about. But weekly wise, let's have a look. What was it again? Yeah, well above last week's low. Okay, that's a good sign. in a way. Okay, it shows momentum. It does show momentum that we are willing to go higher, because this will be, let's have a look. Oh no, I'm going to change the colors in just a moment there, so you don't get confused. Put this as orange, but you can see rejected up to 75% of the range, shutting down though. That's it, mid-range or whatever. Even if you're on the daily, yeah, daily itself, yeah, like I said, if you just look at this, make it a bit more clear. Resistance at the mid-range, and it's just choppy at the mid-range. And you know, all we've done, we closed just below on the daily, and we closed back into the daily on Saturday, and here we are, which indicates we could go to 29.6. Okay, that's what it is. That's the bullish scenario I'm looking at, and where the trades are playing. Now, if I bring in this last week's Monday's range, I like to play this one. The reason why, it gives me it gives me more of an ambition, really. Actually, to be honest, I do like the freaking, what do you call it though? I do like this one though. Yeah, I like this one. Reason being, you can see resistance at 25, resistance at 25. We'll stick with this one. Okay, let's go for that. Anyway, now at the same time, we've got something that's coiling up. So we use this high to this right here, about there. It's coiling up. You see, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter, and we've got a downtrend coming. If we're looking to actually make a breakout, we're looking for a breakout. Oops, I hate this crap. Go on the 4 hours, I can make it a bit more better. 4 hours, you can see, we'll get to this bit in a moment, what's significant about that, why do I highlight it. But liquidity is resting there anyway. But you see, you could come in, resistance, oops. Come in, resistance, deviation, deviation, resistance, resistance. Okay, so this is very, very strong. If you want to play the memes in terms of like downtrend breakout or uptrend breakout, whatever, either way, this is another way you can start bringing like the story together. And when you build it together, what happens is like it can give you some sort of confirmation. Okay, so something like this, breakout above there and a retest and hold above. Let's go. Let's go up to mid-range, from the mid-range, then we play up higher. But we'll get to that in just a moment, okay? So, same time, you're looking at what is capping the market, and we've already got the range itself, well, the 25% of the range. As long as we close above this, above the 28.65, 28.6k, it's looking decent. For the first time, it could be very, very interesting. It could be like what we're looking for a breakout scenario on the upside. I know the macro isn't looking good, but dollar is breaking down. We'll get to dollar in just a moment, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Even the S&P closed quite well on the Friday as well. So could it be a lower high on the macro, right? Or could it go up a lot higher? But we'll get to that in just a moment. Now, if I were to play a trade going on to Monday itself, the Monday is quite interesting. The reason why I'm going to do this is quite sweet. So you see this, right? This blue box. This blue box is literally that last up candle that sent the market back down to range low, which caused last week's low. Okay. Then it's come up, stop run, and it's resistance, and it's resistance. Let's remove this out. All right. Cool. It's just literally resistance and resistance. That's all it is, right? Now, really, this is a supply and demand area. Okay. In what way? You use the same principle, and you can find that this is the last down candle that sent the market up. There we go. And what we have here is what we can call a deviation. So let's see. This is your deviation. Look, support, support. Look at that, fat ass support. Pull back into it. Right. So now we've got supply and demand zone here. Right, within the range. So you can play within this range here, or you can focus tighter within this range. Me, as a day trader and as a scalper, I like to focus things a lot more tighter. The reason being is I can get in and out much more safely, and I can find confirmation a lot more easier than anything else. So we're on the hourly, we've got the daily close, weekly close is happening, right? I expect a pullback, right? Reason why is that, look, today is a bullish day. We opened over, let's have a look. I'm gonna mark this out, okay? So we opened over here. That's where we open. literally right at the top of the blue box, the supply area. Is it supply and demand? Is it supply and demand, or is it demand and so I don't know. Or never, or demand and so I don't know. But I'm not the guy for speaking so much, so just follow me up there. Yeah, so that's the open. So what we've done is the open over here. Let me actually, god damn it, what happened there? There we go. Take this off. Let's do this again. So we've got the open, and what you've got, if you look at, when you look at a candle, right? A candle will be like this, okay? You've got a candle, a flat bot, like an open there. Now let's just say it's a bullish one. It's gonna go up. That's the open. Price goes down, so you get something like a wick, okay? Then the body of the candle up. That's the body of the candle, and then price goes up. So you got the open over here, and the close is over here. And this is where price got out within the open and the close. That's all it is, okay? Now, looking at this, for example, that's the open. Let's just say, for example, keep it nice and simple. If this was the close right here. So the body of the candle was this small little wick, and the body of the candle will be this small wick on the daily, okay? What tends to happen is price can play within that range, right? Within the body itself, but at the same time, if you look on the higher time frame, you start seeing there's all these voids, these gaps over here, but these voids over there. Now, on a Monday, if we're expecting bullishness, right? We're expecting bullishness. You're gonna get a wick of the candle because let's just say, let's go on 1 hour. Let's just say now we're stepped into Monday's open over here. We're going to create a wick into the area. The moment we get above the daily open, Bob's your uncle, long your days, that's your confirmation, let's go higher. Simple as that. So worker, nice to have you, man, appreciate that. Hit the likes if you guys don't mind, support me as well, and I really appreciate your time. I know it's a Sunday, everyone wants to have their Sunday dinner and stuff like that, but we're going to grind, and because if this is going to be bear market or bull market or whatever, we want to be in the heart of it. So the reason being is make our life easier, man. I don't want to come back in the middle of the bull run and miss a lot of gains or miss out information and whatnot. But at the same time, if it's bearish as well, spend the time to actually learn, which I'm actually spending more time to actually learn all this stuff. But anyway, we're getting into this, right? So we're saying now what I'm looking for is something like this, something to hold, get back in, hold it. That'll be a trade. Whatever, I mean, you can put a stop loss over here below this, or if you want a hard stop over there, working it level to level. I mean, that will be your mid range over here. So I'd say target 1 would be here. Target 1 would be there. See, wicks into it, resistance, sells off. So this could be. Let me just draw that again. So you're going back in. Find support, okay? Once you find support, break above it, there we go. You can take stop. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. Let me just do this, because I like working on range, isn't it? So I'm gonna just work on this range here. Yeah, that's right. Target 1 should be there. Reason why? That's mid range. Is approximately the mid range. If that's the top of the supply or the demand, whichever you want to call it, and that's the bottom of the supply or the demand, whichever you want to call it. I don't know which way it is. Mid range is always going to be reactive. You see, look, support gets up, shank through. We shank above support, and mid range is always going to be choppy, messy, and it's proven to be here. Let me remove this off there so you guys can see. You see what I'm talking about? Support, shanks down, gets back above, shanks above, and it's clean. It's a clean one. What gets above it? Then it finds a retest, goes to range high, towards the range high, is the supply area or demand area. Yeah, that's demand. I believe that's demand, makes sense. Bottom is demand. Thank you. Let's play footsie. We appreciate that. So, yeah, bottom is demand. So it goes into a supply, comes back down into demand, and look, you can see it's tricky. It's gonna be there. So for barring this, we know this. I'm gonna leave my charts there. So where was I? That'd be target 1. Stop loss below. I mean, like I said, could be below here. That's that'd be quite aggressive in my opinion. But hard stop around there. Because if we get below this, we're gonna get stopped out. Okay, so that's target 1. Oops, for God's sake, I've never been used to thingy to the computer. I prefer my phone, you know. Those who actually remember me, did everything on my phone, trading and marking and whatever. But yeah, so yeah, that's target 1. Once we get above it, hold above it. That's a second set of trade, or even if we smash above it, it's a compounding opportunity anyway. And that's, yeah, it actually is a compounding opportunity because it's above the mid-range. If we get below it and find resistance, I'll look to cut the trade. Okay, that's what it is. But like I said, supply and demand is still in here, and then we can go to the next set of targets there. I mean, I take some stops over here. Yeah, the reason I'll take some stops over, yeah, I'll take some stops at 1, 2, and see if that hits. Small position left over, smashes it, and that's it, done. And that's the trade for BTC. Really easy, really simple, ready for tomorrow. That's all it is, okay? Now, speaking about bullishness, right? If we are gonna go even more bullish for the remaining week, and we get above it, I mean, it's another trade to go to range high. Now, the key is, what I was saying is, when can we start saying we are bullish, or when can we say, nah, you know what, it's not ready, or whatever? Because right now, what we've done for the last 2 weeks, we've just been consolidating. And this is what I was saying. So if you guys were in the stream last week, you might remember I was talking about how I wanted price to consolidate. I really, really want the price to consolidate. And if it does, it really does right now, which is seeming like it's doing, it gives more opportunity to trade the range, because there's so much money to be here. There's so much freaking money to be made out of here. Day trade, scalps, whatever you want to play. I'll show you for the Dainks daily trade. You'll see, and you'll be like, dang, what the hell? And trust me, it's a joke. Once you start understanding how to scalp, and don't scalp. I'm gonna be honest with you, scalping is really, really difficult. It takes a long time to actually get it, unfortunately, it's the quickest way to lose. The quickest way to lose money, and I don't want people to lose money like randomly. There's no need for it. At the end of the day, preserve your capital where you can. There's a difference right now. Okay, the two difference really is you got a trader's range, a trader's play, and you got an investor's play. Right now, we're in what we call a trader's play, because look how tight it is. Let's just say you're an investor, and you believe, for example, let's say whatever you bought around here. Okay, you bought a bunch of altcoins, you bought Bitcoin at 30K, and you believe it's up. The thing is, you're not gonna actually be happy with this range bound play, because it's such a pain in the ass. How many of you guys actually was on, you know, like, how many of you guys actually open up TradingView and start thinking to yourselves that nothing's happened, and you're like, fuck this shit, and that's what's happening. It really is fuck this shit, because it's such a tight range. Like even when we was up here, this, I know it's on the hourly, this was a range. That here to there, that was a range. You see, deviation, 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 support, we shank below it. Now, saying that, now we're on here, the confirmation, this is a weekly range. This was a weekly range. The confirmation is, oh yeah, we are going to definitely go higher. And let me show the weekly. Man, I love smoking. Kids don't smoke. It's a bad habit. Don't ever smoke. It's one of the dumbest habit I ever got. Cost me a lot of money to do this shit. And it's not cool. It's definitely not cool. Yeah, so I was saying this is a weekly range. This in a range is a range bound environment. At the start of the show, I was talking about that price is always in a range, and here we go. Price is in another range, and you can see they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 weeks of range bound environment. That means there was money to be made there. It really was. We tagged up the yearly open, and next thing is yearly open and we shanked. Ethereum hasn't had the yearly open, so it's an interesting point. But like I said, if we're at range low, from the very beginning of the show, I said if we're at range low, we can literally go from low to high. Because why can't we? When we were low over here, everyone was saying 20k, same story. But what happened? We went to 69k, and basically Bitcoin just told everybody to F you, and that really happened. But we're talking about, where are we bullish, right? Where can we say we're bullish? Confirmation will be in this. If we step back in here, step back here, we can say we're bullish. The reason why is because we stepped back into the range, and this price action that happened here was nothing but a deviation of this range. Because yeah, that's another deviation. Yeah, granted it was like 1 week, full week above, and we shone back below and closed below the range higher. That was enough indication for all of us to say that yeah, we're going lower. Number one, the weekly close, the yearly open, you can look on the daily, right, that we were breaking below the yearly open. We got above it just shortly. It was short-lived. And next thing is, once we break down, it wasn't so good. The moment we step back into the range, it was a short opportunity from 43k to 38.7k, 38.7 to 34k, and here we are. It's because what tends to happen is, right, if you got a range bound environment, this is why I'm thinking that we are most likely going to go up, then we're going to go down, but to 34k. Get your pens and pencil and check this out. Range bound environment works like this. Let's try to find a range bound environment and we can show you what's going on. So let's just say Bitcoin's probably a bad example, to be honest. Let me try and find something on BNB. What's that? So should have practiced this already. Got you. Here you go. Pens and pencils ready, right? So this was a range bound environment, right? From this low, this high to this low, price deviated below it, got below, rejected the mid range, and yeah, in terms of people who want to actually, yo NJ, good to have you here, brother. Everyone give everyone a follow, give a shout out to NJ, man. Like, shout out to the guy, give him a follow. He's got a YouTube show that's coming out, called the NJ Show. It's he's a joker. I mean, I met the guy since I was born, unfortunately, and he's one of the funniest guys I know. So God bless him as well, and so give him a support as well on his channel. It's In It For The Tech. So if you type in It For The Tech, you will see him, or type in the NJ Show, and you will see. So give him a follow, and he's a great guy. Pain in the ass. I'm gonna be honest. This is my show. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pain in the ass, but you know, it's family. You gotta stick with it. But let's get back to work now. So yeah, this is a range bound environment, and in terms of ranges, right, it's gonna be really hard for a lot of people to pick up ranges, because some people got like different opinions in it, like where the ranges are gonna be, and with experience and practice, you start picking it out. And I didn't have to do anything. I was trying to look for a range, and I found out BNB, and this is quite solid. The reason why, mid range, held the support, shank below it, retest it, shank below, got back to range low, deviated, step back into it. You see the key? Let's go on the daily now. You see what's so important there? We could be, if you were going to short it, you would start looking. Let's make this bigger. Now I've got NJ on the show as well, like watching this as well. He's going to be start thinking, yo, what the fuck? Again, Mustafa, what's going on, brother? So yeah, this low we would have find this as resistance, because we broke below the low, and yeah, we start finding resistance. But the moment we climbed up above it and start finding a support, wasn't a good idea. And then you're like, hang on a second, we're going to step in. Confirmation was back into the range. Step back in, retest it, bang, up we go, retested it, and then higher highs, and it was just broke market structure on the downside, and it was going well. Now this is what I want to show you. Range bound environment again, downside and upside. Even here, there's a retest for a breakout. Retest it once, takes out the high, comes back in, retest it in, lower high, off it goes, breaks the high, confirmation, finish. Your confirmation was above here. That was it, because your confirmation was above here. Stop loss, I mean, I'd say my stop loss would have been here, playing for the expansive move. But you could have actually even put it here. The moment we didn't take this high and step above it as well, it was looking bullish. It was looking bullish. Going back to Bitcoin, reason why I'm thinking 34k is that I'm just saying if we are going to go, it's a lot of alts looking bullish. Yeah. Thingy. What's that? Oh, losing my fucking mind here. Because now the next question now it comes down to this. We break out of this range here, which we discussed in the range high, which we had plans for the supply and demand, if you guys remember. If you didn't, go back. If you missed it, just go back a couple of minutes beforehand, you'll see. If we get above here, we have to retest this area, at least to the minimum, this, taking out liquidity of this high over here. At least, the very minimum. And that freaking liquidity comes out of what, 33k is it? And low was, what the fuck is the low? I can't even see, man, what the hell? 32.9k, 33k. Now, bearish wise, if you start rejecting off this area here, and come back, take out the stops over there, and then start breaking down, step back into the range, doesn't look good. Start fucking selling your old bag, start shorting it, because it's gonna go a lot more lower. And that's as pretty much as simple as I can make it there. Confirmation, which I discussed, I'll do one more time. Step back into the range, hold it, we go back to this area here, target one over there, go into 39k, 38, let's call 38k, so it'll be like 37.5 to 38k, break above and blah blah blah. We'll get to that as the time goes on. It might be on the Dainks daily show, or we might do it for the next week outlook. We're coming to another point being I want you guys to remember is we are actually coming to the monthly close, so be careful, don't trade if you're not experienced. Just be careful. Monday can be a bit messy. Let Tuesday happen. Even the monthly open is a bit of a mess one. It is quite not so pleasant to play. Want to see why? Let's have a look on the monthly play. I'll give you another secret as well, another alpha if you guys haven't learned this one. So look here. See here? That. Let's just make this. Purple. Let's do purple. Okay, none of you guys understand why I chose that. And what could it represent on the monthly? Take your time. Bank holiday. Oh yeah, bank holiday on the US on Monday as well. So it could be a very dry day tomorrow to play, to be honest. So we'll come back Tuesday, Wednesday, really, to be honest. So yeah, FTSE made a good point. Now the thing I wanted to explain here, what's so important. Look on the 4 hours. Yeah, FTSE's right. It's the open. Now, you can play the open quite well. You see this, retest it. We come back, retest it, we make a higher high as well off the monthly. And you think, yo, you know what, we can like go a lot more higher. And I was fairly bullish over here, I was like, okay. But at the same time, this is not good because we only made, if this is the monthly close, and we go up higher, we made such a low wick, it doesn't really count like a flat body candle. We shan't below it, we didn't even retest it. But once we shan't below it, we get below the mid-range over here. And that's the confirmation for shorts, and off we go. On the hourly or 15 minutes, you probably see it much more clear. So that's the bullish connect case I'm looking for Bitcoin, and that's it really. That's really it, as simple as that. Ethereum, I'm on a trade for Ethereum. I'm just gonna actually have a look at what's going on here. I just need to quickly look. Okay, we should be alright. I am got a short open on Ethereum. It's really tight. I'll explain that briefly in just a moment. Okay. But with Ethereum, same case, same crap really. On the daily, got a range bound environment, range high, range low. This is the second quarter. We've got a deviation here. We'll go up there, come back down. And then we've got another deviation above, come back into the range, back down. So it's basically from low to high, high to low, low to high, high to low. Theoretically, it should go higher. Now let's do the bearish point. Really quickly. Bearish point, you see a green line there, you're like, what the fuck is that about? The green line is basically this high. That's what it is. It's this high itself, and as you can see, you can say that's a range itself, the mad crazy ass range, and we break out, retest, and we go up higher. Okay, and then from the second quarter, it gets interesting. You guys are, I'm not too sure if you guys are aware, there's Ethereum 2.0 coming out, and so Ethereum 2.0 is basically a proof of stake network, and that's what Ethereum's looking to go into. Should be bullish because the reason why the beacon chain actually got launched on December the 4th, 2020. want to have a look quickly what's going on December the 4th, 2020, and I believe that was the mark of the new run, right? Because even then, like, I know we had the COVID crash over here, right? December, right? Because I mean, look, again, let's do this again. Low to high. What I'd say this? Yeah, probably say, yeah, I'd say this. This is the range itself. Low to high, we go back up to the mid range, deviated from it, come back, retest, sends off, takes that liquidity. I don't know whether that's there, and then we got back to mid range, find resistance, get above it, and off the range high. Then this is where it gets all tricky and whatnot. Okay, now December 20, the 4th of December, which was this candle here. Let's just focus on this area. Okay, it was looking already bullish in crypto, but Ethereum took a mad rip, like unexpected rip. Oh yeah, so a bit more about the 2.0. So basically what it is with Ethereum, let me put myself in full. So Ethereum at the moment is on a network called Proof of Work. So Bitcoin works as Proof of Work as well. Proof of Work is really, it's decentralized, which is what crypto is all about, and it's secure. It's a very secure network. But the problem with Proof of Work, there has been a lot of hacks. So if you look at like the Ethereum stuff, like NFTs, and a lot of hacks on the NFT because that runs on the Ethereum blockchain, and then you've got like what else? A bunch of stuff, right? Like even contracts or like projects that run on the Ethereum network, a lot of them have been hacked as well. So the proof of stake is the next stage because there's 3 sets of work that a blockchain runs, and like the mechanism of a blockchain. You've got proof of work, which is what Bitcoin is and Ethereum is right now. Not entirely, but we'll go to that in just a moment. Then you got proof of stake. After proof of stake, you got proof of authority. Now, proof of authority, that's something completely different. That's not of our concerns at the moment. When the time comes, we'll go into that as well in the future. But that's what. Let's focus on work and stake. Now, stake, what they're trying to do is actually you stake your Ethereum and you gain. Everyone gains like a percentage. It doesn't matter if you have a small amount or a big amount. You still gain a very good amount of Ethereum if you stake your Ethereum, which basically means if you're staking Ethereum for like, let's just say 6 months, and like I've got like 50 Ethereum, and you got, say, let's say FTSE has like, you know, like 80 Ethereum, Mustafa's got like 150 Ethereum, and then we stake that. That's basically 230 Ethereum that's off the network to be sold. So we've staked it for 6 months, for example. I'm just going to give you a number. That means that 230 Ethereum, which would be worth like $4 million, $4 million is not able to be sold at the moment, or until it's actually been launched. So it tries to reduce the selling pressure, okay, because there's less available to be sold. Now, proof of work, right? I'm trying to find it. It's going to be a long-winded one. Forget about it. Yeah. So proof of work is basically is proof of stake is the next sector, the next thingy, the next step of Ethereum of crypto really. So Vitalik, right, was talking about how it's going to be Ethereum's going to be on the proof of stake network coming in August, September, October, around that time. But he's hoping for August if there's no issues. Now, the reason why he's saying there's issues, that there could be issues because until they deploy it properly with that, they need to make sure everything's secure. Now, the Ethereum 2.0, right, going to proof of stake tends to be decentralized. You're risking the idea of a blockchain to be centralized, sorry, not decentralized, be more centralized, which goes against what crypto is about. So the issue is you've got scalability, security, and Ethereum, and decentralization. Now, when you focus right on a project, on a proof of work, a proof of stake network, you tend to actually focus on two things, because it's a decentralized network already. So scalability and security is one thing they tend to focus, but with proof of stake, it's very, very difficult, stupidly difficult to bring all 3 together: the decentralization, the scalability, and the security together. But by going Ethereum 2.0, basically saying they've done all three together. And that's a big one, it's a very big one. So there is a mixture, because a lot of people are thinking, like, hang on a second, like, proof of stake networks are not as secure, but we'll see what Vitalik is say, you know, what they do, what the team does, and hopefully it does well. So we'll see. But in terms of fundamentally, I'm bullish on that, right? Does it work? I don't know. I don't think no one knows, right? Until it gets launched. But Dreadly Sins, man, thank you so much, man. It's good to see you as well. Appreciate that, man. So then, oh yeah, about Ethereum 2.0. So what they've done is, so it was always a proof of work network, and they launched something called Beacon Chain, which will run parallel to the proof of work network. So there was two sets of mechanism that was working: the proof of stake and the proof of work. Okay. But the Beacon Chain start allowing the burning of Ethereum. So there's going to be less and less Ethereum each time. It's tried to bring the cost of gas fees a lot more lower. But that happened on the 4th of December 2020. Looking at it and the Ethereum 2.0, my mind's just moving too fast lately. Moving to Ethereum 2.0 is basically saying they've merged the two things together and allowed it to be the way they want it to be. Hopefully it helps a bit, but I do have a video on my YouTube as well. So if you literally click on my profile itself, it's literally about Ethereum 2.0. It's the first video that I've uploaded there, and hopefully that helps. I know my stuff because I'm literally stuck in the system in it. I'm in the matrix. That's the problem, and I don't have to. I want to get out, but I don't want to get out. But 4th of December, Beacon Chain was actually launched. Okay, so let's talk about that, and let's bring this up. So Beacon Chain. 4th of December, open up here. The moment it actually came out, you can see it was a seldom used operation. Okay, that's the open seldom used operation. Get down, and you know, I mean, the moment we got up and held above it, like on December 26th. So literally 22 days afterwards, it became bullish. The moment to get this high here, which is 27. Yeah, so 23 days, that's when it became a lot more bullish. And then the January 2021 run was just explosive, was just freaking phenomenal, which lasted for 3 months, and it was one of the best 3 months I've seen in a very, very long time. Not as good as the 2017 run, that's what I can say that for sure, but that's what it was. But yeah, so looking at the Ethereum 2.0, could we do something like that? All right, because the chart wise is looking at a base. If we're going to look for bearish scenarios, I mean, we've got this low here to take out. This low here, and then we're taking out all-time high. That's the focus we're going to be looking at. So let's just go on the 1 hour. Right, I'm bearish on that. I've got that open there, but I'll explain it in a bit. Okay, so we got a range coming up for here, another range we can play. So let's see what we got here. Let's just say this is range low and this is range high. Does it fit? Yeah, it's perfect. You know, finds deviation, rejection, it rejects off it as well, comes back support, off it goes. And yeah, if you look on the 15 minutes, there'll be a block that caused it goes out to range high, takes that liquidity, comes back to the range. So it's still a range bound play to me at the minimum over here to, what's going on over here? Yeah, the minimum over here at 1780. That's what I'm looking for as, you know, the first step. The moment we get back below this area here, this 1800, that's the low. That's confirmation. We do a plan similar to this. Let's go on the 15 minutes and I'll show you. Yeah, do a plan similar to this. Gets back down, finds resistance in the area. Whatever, this is the low itself, which Bob's your uncle, go to the mid-range. From mid-range, we go down to range low, potentially to $1,700. That's the far end of it as well. I mean, conservative plays, I'd probably say from mid-range, and you probably, yeah, take a target one. So yeah, target one, target two, and I'd say target three here, really, to range low itself, and see how it happens. The moment if we do find any sort of resistance, I mean, they come back, let's say he comes to mid-range, find support, I look to cut the trade, and whatever that is, that'll be my profit. Probably is like what this trade itself. Funny enough, I'm looking for a 7.78 R trade. You know, it could be a bit daft, but even if I cut it around here, that's a 2.6R trade. I'm quite happy with that. I'm quite happy with it. But yeah, I'm on it as it is. That's the trade. That's the trade, and that's the idea itself for bearishness. Bearishness, are we gonna break down $1,700? First, we gotta do this first, isn't it? Before we even look at going down any lower, because at the end of the day, let's have a look on the 4 hours and see what price was saying below range low. Okay, I mean this is a block itself, low to high. Let's have a look over here. I mean mid-range, I mean got a void over here, we can fill up this and then come retest here, 1634, so we just do, let's do a ray. No, one, horizontal ray, 1634 around here. Let's close this now. Let's put this level to level. Right. Okay. Where the hell is this? Here we go. Level to level, okay? Now let's just say my plan does work out, and you know, I make my profit, happy days, whatever. And you think to yourself, hang on a second, you also want to take the trade, but you want to have confirmation now. Price needs to get below it. Listen. Price needs to get below it. Oh, let's go on the 1 hour. It's a bit more easy to look at. Yeah, so price needs to get below it, right? Finds resistance. That's your resistance. Target 1, get below. Target 2. And target 2 was the blue line, purple line, which was the low that I showed you. Remember that range that was played? That sent the market back up? That's the low there. Get below it, find resistance, off we go. We go to 1440. That's it. BTC, but we have to monitor what BTC is saying though at the same time. But that's what it is for me. Bullish wise, where am I bullish, right? Am I going to be bullish once we go above here? No, not necessarily. So if we look similar to BTC on the weekly, there we were playing in a 16-week range, similar to what we saw. Okay, that's the high and that's the low. Now, the moment we step into $2,300, again, same thing with BTC. I'm going to make this quite shorter because it's like repeating myself. Range band environment, deviation. We didn't even have the yearly open. It still bugs me to this day. It still bugs me that we haven't had the yearly open, but it is what it is though. Retest the yearly open would be good. If that's the thing is, I was trying to time it with Bitcoin really as well, because Bitcoin hit the yearly open. Ethereum didn't. It lagged behind. I'm like, alright, cool. It's not breaking down from the yearly open. I'm like, alright, and that's not good. But Ethereum stepped back into the range just like Bitcoin did. So you step back in the range on the 4th of April. Bitcoin stepped on the range on literally the 4th of April. Same thing. It lagged behind by a week. That's what happened there. So it bugs me. It still bugs me because we should theoretically retest it. I mean, we shan't below it in this area, and that was it. But we'll see. If we play level to level, for me, is if we get a, even see how we're Bitcoin, right? We're above last week's low. We're not. Last week's low here is here. It's $1,900. It's lagging behind. Ethereum is the heaviest one here. At the same time, Bitcoin dominance is looking strong. Let's show you quickly Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, it's a lot of lines here, but again, look, range low to range high, low to high, low, high. It's looking that we're gonna take here. I mean, you can put as many lines as you want. You got like a wedge here. We broke out the wedge. You've got like a channel over here. Let's make this a bit more thicker so you guys can see. You've got a channel here, resistance, resistance, and we're now at resistance. Do we chunk below it or do we get above it? Because that's another channel that we can see from here to about, let's say that's no, about around here, and we'll play it level to level. We'll see how it goes, but you get the idea. So Bitcoin dominance is looking strong. What's so important about Bitcoin dominance? Hey bro, is that better for you? Do you like that? Freaking moron. Good love for that guy. Asa video. I can do Asa like tomorrow. I'm gonna play that back later and check it out. Yeah, Bitcoin dominance looking bullish. We're coming over here. This blue box, what's so important about it, that's the last high on the weekly. That was the last high that's in the market back low, and then we got above it, and then we, didn't really test it, but we just carried on. If we close on the weekly above 50.68 kilos a percent, well then, guys, it's gonna get worse. It's gonna come up to at least, to a very minimum, here 57%, around 58%, potentially tagging this 62. If that happens, it's kilos, gymling, that's the problem, innit? If that happens, what happens is your altcoin bags are gonna shit the bed, which would be good to trade, to short on the way down, really. And this bear market, that's massive confirmation of bear market. So one can argue, I'm only putting both sides of the argument, one can argue that we're having a range band environment here. I mean, let me just delete all this shit so you can see what's going on. Really is a range band environment here. Can you see it? One can argue it's a range band environment here, and retesting here as long as we break below it. So we do something like this, break below it, we can go lower, back to mid-range, then range low. We could do that. One can argue about that. Not a problem. And I think that's a very plausible 69 kilograms. Bro, that's like heavier than me, man. So yeah, one can argue about that. It's a range band environment, and I think that's a very plausible point. But the moment we get up here, hold it, to be honest, there's no way you can actually deny it going back to this area, then this area. There's no way. Oh, this, and here. Then it's full on bear market. The question is that you got to ask yourself is, what are you going to do in the bear market? I'm not saying to invest, keep putting money in there, and until you run out of pocket and whatnot. But what I'm saying to you is, prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. And if you do, what can you do in these case of scenarios? Do you walk away? Do you come back and then play when in the middle of the next bull run, or do you stick around, and find out what's going on and play the market as it is? Like I said, I'm going to be doing daily shows with Bitcoin and Ethereum, looking at daily trades, so you guys can learn from that as well. You got someone like NJ in If the Tech, he's going to be doing like the news. So you put the two together, I think you're in a good hands. In an honest opinion, I think you're in very good hands. But he needs financial advice. I was gonna phone you after this, innit? I need financial advice. I don't know what to do, fam. I'm just talking shit here. I'm just talking a lot of shit, pretending that I know my stuff, but I don't. I don't know. I fluke all my trades. My trades ain't real. I'm gonna hear that one day. I know that's definitely gonna happen in the future. People are gonna say, yeah, Dainks is talking shit. Show us your P&L. Bro, if I show you my P&L, man, you shit yourself, innit? Because it's bad. It's fucking bad. Nah. But yeah, it is what it is. And even Mustafa doesn't even know, like, bro, you guys, Super channel, bro, is he still actually going around? Is Super still doing his thing? I haven't heard of that guy for a long time, But yeah, Bitcoin dominance, that's what I'm talking about. Quickly, dollar, look at that. Range bound environment, again, like we talked about, we're quite focused quite heavily on range bounds. High, low, played around, deviation, and deviation. Is this another deviation? Because that high, if we were going to be mega bullish, right, we want to see this hold. Something like that. Okay? The fact is, it hasn't. Look at it. We're below the monthly open. It's the first time in months we are bearish. We got a bearish candle. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 full on green candles. In my opinion, it's white candles because it's white for me. But yeah, 4 green candles. Monthly candles, I'm not talking about weekly candles, like monthly solid motherfucking candles, innit? But it's taking out the high once, then it took out it's a stop run to me, and then back below it. I mean, I showed the chart on my Twitter. We get below the monthly open, it's gonna be bearish, and came as retest, and off we go. That was a range bound environment, and there we go. To me, first 103.9, which is the the macro range high. That's what we're looking for. And then the question is, what I would like to see next is, do we? No, that's fucked. Something like this, like holds above it and find bullishness to come back up. That's not a good sign. I mean, then we have to see what happens in this area. You see this area here? I mean, target 1 there, and target 2, and whatnot. Well, yeah, here we go. That's it. That's the range there. Target 1 there, and then we go to the monthly, well, and then target 2. Okay? Do we do something like that? Or do we do something like this? Which is what I think many of us want to see. Because let's be honest, we'd like to make, we'd like to see another bull run. Do we see something like this? Get back below, off we go, here we go. This is your confirmation, here we go. Bob's your uncle. The 8-minute chart, bro, I don't even look at the 8-minute chart, fam. I don't even, as you can see, this is literally, I look at the seconds, fam. Have you ever looked at the seconds, fam? That's great to scalp, it's freaking mad. Don't worry, your show's coming soon, innit? I'm gonna mess you up, kid. I'm gonna mess you up, fam. You can't do this to me. You can't get away with it. But yeah, that's it really. That's it. That's what I have in terms of the market. We'll see how the market closes. It's a bearish monthly candle on the US dollar. ES looks quite decent. Again, range bound environment. Let's talk about that very briefly, and then we're gonna end the show soon. Okay. 2021 low, 2021 high, mid range. You can see resistance gets above it. I mean, deviation resistance finds above it support. Okay. Then it goes up to high. Then in 2022 we did a stop run. It's back into the range anyway. Low, mid, plays around, and then looking for potentially come up here, but it didn't. You see this 25% of the range is pretty much this high over here around this area here, and that's where it's a range bound environment, and we got above it and we called it support. But this trend line is broken. I mean, this trend line has been happening since April. I'm down on the downside. To me, target will be around $4,200. Okay. ES is looking bullish. It's come at major resistance as well. The daily, so here, that low itself. The fact that we didn't smash into it, I'd like to see a clean smash, like something like to come up here and then start the week coming back down and then hold above it and then go up higher. That would be quite good for me, but it didn't do it. So this high here, to this point, it's an interesting point. Let's go on the 4 hours, see what's happened on ES. I don't see this happening. Go on the 12. Put it this way, all right? If ES goes down, Bitcoin's gonna go down as well, okay? If ES does something like this, finds resistance, whatever the low was, start playing it back to this. I mean, you can start playing from here, from this side there. That's target 1, going down to target 2, playing off here. But then the fact is that we have, even if it comes up to the mid range, even if it does something like this, comes up to the mid range, let it do its thing. If it steps below it, that's your shorting opportunity. The fact that we're breaking down lower lows, you see I'm doing this already, lower lows and lower highs as well, it's showing bearishness, mid range is holding as resistance. That's a sign of crypto going to go down too. And yeah, do you know what, Jay, that you said it on a tweet about your long on ES, and I was like, I was a little bit skeptical about that myself as well. But fair play to you. But I mean, for me personally, I'm looking like potentially this target here. If I'm just making plans if it was bearish, because I'm not in any trade at the moment. But if we were to break down here, I'll be like, okay, we're gonna be bearish more. Reason being is this high, we didn't reclaim the mid range. But I'm saying reclaim the mid range. I think we go higher. We take out, come first over here, type 1, type 1. Racist, sorry about that. Yo, Mustafa, good luck with your exam, man. Take care of yourself. I'm done as well. I'm just tidying up here. True. You know what? To be honest, if you've been trading stocks as well, there's been a lot of freaking money to be made as well. So fair play to you as well. I respect that, to be honest as well. So target 1 there, come back 25% range. Take out these highs over here. I mean, because we did a stop run there, then we go to range high, potentially off this itself. Yeah, that's up to here, right here. So $4,700, but we need to reclaim that mid range. That's it. That's it for me really as well. Quickly, EPTC looks fucking horrendous. Damn. Is that flag? No one's bullish on that flag. Well, we'll see how it goes. But I had another range on this one as well. I was saying this well, I was literally talking to someone about it as well, and I was saying 62. I was saying target's going to be here, because once we got below this area here, for me it was bearish. But like I said, Ethereum, we'll see what Ethereum does. But Ethereum's losing power, because you see these drops here. That one drop from around the 12th of May. Oh yeah, but that's where the dump was. It was a sharp drop. Ethereum's losing momentum here, and same again, losing a lot of momentum. So we'll see what Ethereum 2.0 does. So yeah, we'll see how it goes, and go from there. So that's the weekly trade. Run down the BTC, run down plays, Ethereum run down plays as well. And I'll show you what dollar's looking for me as well. Tomorrow is the last day of the month. Is tomorrow the last day of the month? Let's have a look at the calendar. No, sorry, Tuesday the last day of the month. So we're gonna get a week of the month really. But it's play it safely, stay safe, and that's it pretty much for it as well. But guys, I'm gonna let you go. It's been a real pleasure to actually have you around, and thank you so much for actually being on the show, supporting me. Hit the likes, hit subscribe as well, hit the bell icon as well, and we're gonna get this done every single week on these Dainks Corner weekly outlook as well, and we're gonna do the same for the Dainks daily trade. So I will be traveling to Istanbul tomorrow. Quick disclaimer here. So Dainks daily trade might not happen tomorrow, but I'm going to try and do it in the evening potentially, because I'm flying tomorrow in the morning, and I'm landing in so 6:45. My flight is in the morning AM, and then I'll be landing in Istanbul around 2 o'clock ish. I think it's like 2 or 1 o'clock. By the time I get to the hotel and whatnot, I'll see what happens. I need to, and then we'll set myself up a little bit. But I will tweet it out in terms of what time I'm going to be doing it. It will be pretty much short notice, but it's going to be on Twitter, it's going to be on YouTube and whatnot. But thanks so much for for being on the show. Staying here, Alex. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Love to you guys. Jay, love to you. Trader NJ, my flight number is suck your mom. Sorry, I shouldn't be saying that. Forgive me, bro. Forgive me, bro. I shouldn't have said that. I'm not giving my flight number in public, innit? But yeah, I'm a little bit. Really was about to fall about that. I'm falling onto that. But sorry, dude. Love to you guys though. Anyway, I'm gonna head off though. I'm gonna head off. Speak to you guys soon. And that's it for me. Love.